Hi guys, I apologize, but I'm doing my Friday Jack. It's the Friday Jack, but it's on my mind now. That answered the matter though. We're gonna record rest of. We're gonna record rest of Dog in Heaven today on Reaper on my computer, but I need his assistance. So in about an hour or so we'll start recording. So I took his call. So anyway, this is an early Friday Jack. Okay, so here we go. First of all, there's a saying in among people, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now I know that's supposed to be for people, but if God is beyond any reproach, any authority, if he can't unexist, he always did exist. There's no one above him. Then he can be evil. He can do whatever he wants, and no one's going to punish him. So there's no reason he has no reason not to be evil if it doesn't please him. And even call it good, because no one can contradict him, because he's already immortal. So it doesn't matter what anyone else says. He can be the most evil being ever and still fit, because he's God. Absolute power, absolutely. God is an entity. There's no reason why that absolute power can't corrupt him or allow him to be corrupt if he already is, which I believe one of those two are true, or both. And he proves that in the Old Testament. Because all he wants is blood. All he wants is death. All he wants is to die in blood. All he wants is people to give the firstborn. All he wants is someone to sacrifice perfect animals. He just wants blood. He glories at the sight of it, and it gets him off or something. And then he calls himself love because he can, and no one can stop him because he's God. He has all power. And now, as far as and then transfer go to the Middle Ages from there, and the worst horrors ever committed on this earth have been, at least some of them have been, in the name of religion. The Crusades of the Dark Ages, where if you didn't believe in Jesus, your hands were cut off, or they burned you alive at a stake, or they stuck you with an Iron Maiden that gave you tons and tons of cuts all over your body. It's the Iron Maiden name for the band. It was a medieval torture device. Murder, blood, in the same spirit as the Father they worship. The God they worship is the same way, and it's natural they'll take on those same characteristics. The same God that murdered all but 8 souls in the Great Flood is the same God that murdered millions during the Crusades through his followers, Christians. And now, flash forward even until today, we don't have Crusades today. That's no thanks to the church. It's just that smart politicians took the power away from the Christians so that they don't have the ability to do that. The Roman Catholic Church states, claims and revels that she never changes. I mean, she is still the way she was in the Dark Ages. She just doesn't have the power to do that anymore, or she would do the same thing, but she is the Roman Catholic Church. Anyway, so now we have these things called Christians. Most of them own guns, and that's to shoot people, not hunt. But what do I know? But I have a feeling that's mostly what it's for. And principle, anyone that wrongs them, anyone that strokes their ego wrong, they don't know it in person. Why would they? Their God's the same way. And at least non-Christians, like myself, don't push my faith on other people. I'm not asking anybody to be what I am. You're free to do whatever you want. And I don't have an organization that I back or backs me. I don't have a stake in the game of how many of me are there versus how many Christians are there. Christians do have this. They have an organization that they want to feed, they want to fill for one reason or another. They say it's so because they love you, but then again, if you don't accept them, then they hate you and shoot you. So I find that love kind of hypocritical and maybe perhaps not completely true, not completely all the story, you know. Yeah, I love you as long as you join us and do what we say. Think what we say, do what we say. Otherwise, get the heck out. And if you don't, we'll put a bullet in you because we love you. Yeah. So, and then pushiness of them, you know. I'm not sure what. Maybe they want you in their church because it gives another person to give tithe, and it gets the church more money, which gets them more things to buy, more food to drink, eat, drink, whatever. I don't. There's some reason they think with masses, with people on their side. Not only do they get the tithe of the people that join, but they get the court of public opinion to turn in their way, because the more Christians there are, the more likely there is to come back to a dark age where we can have Christians cutting people's hands off that don't worship their God. Or they're just narcissists and like the fact that there's lots of people on their side, so we got more people than you do. I don't know. You know, they want you to join them. Otherwise, you have nothing to offer them. They have no interest in you, and you're of no use to them. In fact, you're their enemy. That is not what I call love. And God's the same way. God says, I'm a jealous God. He's proven that. So, from gods to the dark ages to Christians, God to the dark ages to Christians, it all sounds like a bunch of one-sided, narrow-minded hype that's not true and not loving and not good for any single person to follow or even hear about or know about. Love you guys. Peace, love, and nothing.